Hey, welcome back to the channel, Homestead, Homestead and more. Today, pretty cool day because we got new parts in the mail, new fuel gauge. We're gonna put this on, and then we're gonna fill the tank up with fuel, and then we're gonna change fuel filters. I already I had to take the fuel filters out so that I could find out what filter they was, and it had Wix filters in it. I went ahead and bought Napa filters, but anyway, so we got 4 screws that hold this old fuel gauge in, and I think right there's what's wrong with it, is the float. Everything's still intact. That surprised me, but that float moves around anywhere it wants to, and I don't know if that's why it wasn't reading, but no, it did not read. And another thing is, we did not hurt this gasket whatsoever when we took that old one out, so I'm going to reuse that gasket. So that being said, we don't need this gasket here. It's just a rubber gasket. And this one's a little bit catchy, but hopefully it'll work. Okay. And the old gauge always read empty, so now we're a little over a half a tank of fuel, so that's awesome. We got all of our screws started back, so we're gonna go ahead and tighten this gauge back in. Alright, now we got that fuel gauge switched out, so we're going to put fuel in the old girl. I found this old funnel at an auction, but it's awesome because it locks right into the tank, so I don't have to worry about it flopping over. About 3/4 of a tank, so I could probably put another 5 gallon in it if I had it, but I don't have it, so we're gonna call that good, and then let's start doing some fuel filters. Hey guys, like I said, I found some Napa filters that had Wix filters in it, but I called Napa, cross-references it over to these guys, but yeah, we're gonna that's important. Come on. Right on the tire, right where I left it. Yeah, this shouldn't take this long, but somebody forgot to save a little fuel to fill the filters up, so I'm doing it the hard way. Alright, guys. Gasket's not wanting to stay up in the top of the housing, so I'm going to show you a little trick with that too. I'll be right back. Just put you a couple globs of grease, or little things of grease up there, and that grease will hold it up into the housing for you. Good as new. Yep, all 4 sides are on. Alright, got that full. Okay, I need to open the next filter up. Okay, there's that put together. So we need to open this one. And we shut the fuel back off underneath the tank, so it ain't leaking fuel right now. That's the reason it's not leaking. But we'll do our old grease trick here. Put grease a couple different places on it. 4 preferably, the way it can hold. Put that up under there like that. Make sure she's seated. Seated all the way around. I'm gonna get me a rag so I can wipe with the grease. Almost get it. Okay. We're gonna change up our arsenal here. I'm gonna go get me an extension and a socket. Okay. Now, we'll turn the fuel back on. We took this plug out, so in theory, the fuel will have to fill this canister up before it gets to this. So we've filled this one up. This one's empty, but we'll know when it's full when we get good fuel here. Got the bleeder screw here out, or bleeder nut, and put my finger over it, and I can hear air coming out, so we're getting close. Alright, we're getting real close to having these fuel filters bled out. And one thing you absolutely do not want to do is get air into your pump. Because if this is a fuel pump, get air in the pump, then that's going to put air on your injector, and it will not start with air in it. So you have to start cracking these injectors. See, we got fuel running out now, so we know all the air is out of from the tank through the fuel line into the first filter, and we're out of air. And remember, we filled that filter up with fuel, so there ain't no air there. So we'll tighten that up right there, and then we're ready to start cranking. It should fire right up pretty quick, but you never know. I hope I don't have to bust the injector loose. But if we do, we do. Always make sure you're in neutral if you're going to start it from the ground. Really, it's not safe to start it from the ground, but it's in neutral and the tire's chopped, so ain't that. Okay, give it a little throttle. Let's take the tools off before, because it sounds like it's going to hit. Look for leaks. I don't think that's necessarily leaking, but I'm going to get a rag and wipe that off. Start it once more to make sure she's in good shape. Well, guys, it's running. New fuel filters, new oil filters. Change the oil, put a new fuel gauge in the tank, and that's all we have for this video. And stay tuned for the next one, because I'm going to finish the brakes up on the right side. Got the left side almost done. I still got to adjust it, but I want to get the right side put on, put back together. Then I can adjust them both together. That way you don't have one pedal longer than the other one. But as we like to say here on Mama Bear's Homestead and More, keep on keeping on, my friends.